Hey guys, welcome to Wave. Like and subscribe for great content on long-term crypto investing. In this episode, we'll talk about Shiba Inu. I've been teaching a class on cryptos, and in the last 1 month alone, I have sort of helped more than 500 students try who are beginners in crypto try and figure out what the crypto world is all about. And a constant question, in fact, the most frequently asked question that I get from all of them is, should I buy Shiba Inu? And for me it was Shiba Inu, and like Dogecoin has always been a meme coin, so I've always dismissed it, never bothered to even try and research about it. But the quantum of questions that I got in the last 1 month alone, I was like very curious, why do people want to buy this, right? And then I came across another statistic, right? So there's this website called Whale Stats. So Whale Stats looks at what are the top 100 whales on Ethereum buying. Right, whales are essentially accounts that are holding enormous amounts of Ethereum. There are some cutoffs on who is considered as a whale, but in this analysis here, they have taken the top 100 Ethereum whales, right? The richest of people, you could say, in the Forbes 100 of Ethereum or something like that, right? So what are these people buying? They try to do an analysis. Other than Ethereum, what else are they holding? And other than Ethereum, the third most widely held token was Shiba Inu. Right? 11% of the whale portfolio was Shiba Inu. Almost $500 million worth of, as of today's market cap, $500 million worth of Shiba Inu is held by whales. And in the recent downturn in the last few weeks, whales have been buying more and more Shiba Inu. They've been accumulating this. So now this got me very interested. Why are, like, there are beginners who have never not who probably don't know anything beyond Bitcoin asking me if Shiba Inu is a token worth investing. And then there are whales, the richest of people on the Ethereum, in the Ethereum space, who are buying Shiba Inu, accumulating it to the point where it is 11% of their portfolio. That's a huge exposure for something that, for a token that is considered to be a joke. So then I decided to try and dig a little deeper, like to figure out what is going on here. Have I missed something? Have I really lost out on a good token in the last few months? So I did find some amazing things, some very interesting things that really blew my mind. From what I thought was a joke, it completely changed my preconceived notions. I will walk you through all that, but let me start with at least telling you, what is Shiba Inu, how did it start, and so on. So Shiba Inu is a token; it's a meme coin. Started off by this guy called Ryoshi. Right? So Ryoshi is a pseudonym for a person whose identity is not known. And Ryoshi, along with another unknown person, started Shiba Inu. Now, this unknown person, Ryoshi claims in his blog, is a very rich businessman who does not care about money. He invested, or he gave him 10 ethers to sort of start this off. And that's how Ryoshi started this whole Shiba Inu project. Now, he minted 100 trillion Shiba Inus, gave 50% of it to Vitalik Buterin, and put away 50% of it in a liquidity pool. Right now, there was two founders. Remember, one is Ryoshi, the other one is unknown, and 50% of the tokens go to Vitalik Buterin. So that is very curious. So there are a lot of rumors that Vitalik Buterin, who is the founder of Ethereum, is also the other unknown founder of Shiba Inu. So that that was some rumors that was going around. But what did Vitalik Buterin do with his tokens? He gave away almost $1 billion worth of it for the India COVID relief, and the rest he was burning it on many occasions. So I guess his holdings have also significantly reduced, and what is remaining is the holdings that were put into the liquidity pool, and probably a little bit of Vitalik Buterin's holdings. Now, this project, right? Ryoshi started off with a few rules. Right? What are these rules? He said he will spend $0 on the project, so which was true. He never spent anything. It was the other unknown founder who gave 10 ether to start this. Rule 2 was, since he spent zero, he will not own any Shiba tokens. And he also had to purchase from the free market like anybody else. Right? So you have to go to Uniswap or one of the exchanges where this is listed and purchase it from the market like anyone else. So Ryoshi, the founder himself, does not own any tokens. And rule 3 is, since the team, or nobody literally has any tokens, so anybody who volunteers for it, any influencer, any exchange that wants some of the tokens in exchange for listing it, nobody can get these tokens because right from the founding team, nobody has it. Everybody has to go and buy it. So these are the three rules that Ayoshi sort of started off with, and he described Shiba Inu as a experiment in decentralized, spontaneous community building. Right? The crypto community is very unique, right, in the sense that a lot of interesting things come out just because people are trying to work around it. There was a project, NFT project called Lootbox that came out about 6 7 months ago, and Lootbox is very unique that they just sent out or gave away for free, literally, for 8,000 NFTs, and within 2 months there were so many games built around it. This whole community had formed around it. Lootbox NFTs were selling for a lot of money. Transactions, I think, in October last year surpassed more than like $200 million. So a project within 2 months, which was given away for free, had transactions of 200 million in under 2 months. That itself is an achievement, right? That is that shows the capacity of the crypto community to do something amazing. And Shiba Inu was started much before that, and I think Ryoshi also started with that kind of intention in mind that the community will build something out of this, and this was an experiment for him to do that, and that's how this whole project literally started off. Now, what does Shiba Inu actually has? If you go to their website, if you read their you know their white paper, it's called Woof paper. It's again a joke. The font, from the font to the size of the fonts to what they talk about in the white paper, it pretty much is not like a white paper that is trying to do something good, right? That is trying to solve a problem or has a product pipeline or something in mind. It seems like a joke when you read it. Right? And Shiba Inu is not the only token. In fact, there are three tokens in this ecosystem. It's called Leash, and Bone. Right? So these are the three tokens, part of the Shiba Inu ecosystem, and you'll understand why where these all come into place as I explain the rest of it. But if you look at the rest of the website, it's pretty much nothing. How do you buy some? How quick start details? The Shiba Swap. I'll talk about that next. Some NFT projects and some charity related to the Shiba Inus itself. So these are what you'll find. And if you go to any of these rating sites, right? Like if you look at this rating by Blockonomy, they're saying it's a 43, out of 100. Their verdict was average. If you look at different parameters, they've rated them on from product progress, team, I think, except marketing, because literally everybody knows of Shiba Inu, so then marketing is definitely good. But otherwise, um, for on every parameter, they've got a pretty bad rating. In fact, someone here actually says sell and shorted, gives a 5 out of 100. So any ratings like this from people who follow the traditional way of valuing and understanding tokens will probably tell you not to go and buy, right? And that's the approach that I also had so far. And then I came across some of the other interesting things, right? Now, if you go to Ayoshi's blog, he mentions a few visions that he has for it, and some of the products that he mentions in that, which he wanted the community to try and build it. Right? I don't know if he's helping out or not, but this was his vision. He wanted somebody from the community to start picking it up, more people to join in, and all of these guys are doing it, I think, for free because they're not really getting anything out of it. They're just trying to build this. So Shiba Swap is the first one. Right? Shiba Swap is a DEX. Then there's Shiba L2, or it's called Shibarium. It is Shiba Inu's own blockchain. That was the second thing that he asked them to try and build. And then the third thing was She, right? So She is a stable coin. Stable coins are like USDT or UST. If you remember Luna from last week, then the Shibarium financial ecosystem, that is something that he wanted to build, and ShibaCon. Right? So ShibaCon is like localized meetups where all these Shiba Inu fans sort of community members meet in different locations to talk about various things, maybe brainstorm on new ideas, and whatever, like maybe just enjoy the time and get together and whatnot. But these were the five things that he sort of asked for, and he wanted the community to try and build it. And if you look at the news, everybody's been waiting for it. What is the update on Shiba stable, the Shi stable coin, or Shiba Net was was part of the Shiba financial ecosystem where merchants who accept Shiba Inu as a mode of payment will be able to do that very easily. This was supposed to be a Shiba Inu storefront of sorts for merchants. Um Now I found this other person called Shayuchi Kusama, right? So he, I guess, is somebody who's working on the Shiba Inu projects, and he gave some updates on what they're up to. And if you look at phase two, so they're saying the Shiba Swap is launched. So that has been in the launch for a while. If sorry, just to show you this article was written in July 31st, 2001, and as of July 31st, 2001. Uh, Shiba Swap was already launched. Shibarium, which is their blockchain, their team had just begun working on it. Uh, and then there was the global exchange. So in this, he details that how the mechanism for it is still not detailed, and they are still thinking about it. So basically, that has not started. The Shibarium financial system, this would not really start without the Shibarium blockchain itself. So number four is not done. And then this ShibaCon. So I actually found a website of a ShibaCon, but I got a notification on that saying that ShibaCon this year in Las Vegas or something has been postponed. But the website did have some very interesting events. Um the event itself is not happening, but their agenda seemed pretty cool. If you look at their agenda, they had an elaborate. I think it was pretty well planned. They had a lot of. They want to engage a lot of influencers. Some panels about the Shiba stories, some women in Shiba. A lot of interesting things were supposed to be there. I guess it looked like a 4 day conference, but it is postponed, so this has not yet happened. Then I came across Ryoshi's most recent blog written on May 11th, so just a few days back. So in this, Ryoshi's, if you look at the updates, he still says, yeah, Shiba swap is completed. It was completed as of July last year, so this is already completed. The Shibarium, he says Bone. Remember, there were three tokens in Shiba Inu. There was a Shiba Inu, Bone, and Leash. Right. So he says for Shibarium, Bone will be the token sort of for this ecosystem, and they're going to have a hackathon of sorts soon to educate the community on Shibarium. So time frame is weeks to months, which means this is also not ready or will not be ready for at least a few months from now. He says she is nearing completion. That means there will be a stable coin soon. The exact timeline not defined. So unlike other tokens, this token has almost no timelines defined for anything. Probably because it is not really run by a single person or at least a group of people. So for anything, the timelines are not really mentioned, and even here it's not mentioned. The Shibarium financial ecosystem, this again will not start without Shibarium itself. So you can consider that also as not yet ready. So far of Ryoshi's five visions, only Shiba Swap is ready, but the other four, including ShibaCon, which probably is the easiest one to happen, that also is not happening. So at least the next few weeks to months, I don't think anything's happening on these projects. But what interested me the most was, or what impressed me the most was, that a bunch of people, the community, is actually trying to build this. Maybe some of them are doing it part time, maybe some of them are doing it full time, spending their own money, trying to build this. So I have no idea how they're doing this, but what it really reinforces is what Ryoshi mentioned in his blog. Right, he says this is an experiment in decentralized, spontaneous community building, and that experiment is going on with the results as you see it, but at least the people are trying to build it, people are putting their efforts into it. And is there a connection between the whales buying so much of Shiba Inu and all these sort of projects still in the pipeline? Maybe the whales are buying it because they expect this to come out soon. No idea, absolutely no idea of that. I tried to search for what else is there in the Shiba ecosystem. Did find something called Shibaverse. It is a metaverse based on the Shiba Inu theme. It had a slightly better white paper, but then I found out that Shibaverse has got nothing to do with Shiba Inu. It is completely unrelated. They're just trying to probably be part of the ecosystem, get people who are from the Shiba Inu ecosystem who believe in the same vision to try and come on board and try and build the Shibaverse. Right? That's what at least they are trying to do. But for me, really, the big takeaway is that Ryoshi's vision is somewhere in the pipeline, but the community is actually working on this. This is an amazing experiment in community development, right? What the community is coming together to try and build, it's truly amazing. And I may not want to hold 11% like what the whales are holding, right? 11% of my portfolio in Shiba Inu. I personally would not do that. But I think at this point, I'm considering at least like half a percent just for the heck of it. Half a percent of my portfolio in Shiba Inu because it just seems interesting now that it feels like at least if not anything, just feels like you can support them or support this mission of decentralized community building by investing a little bit in it. That's what I personally feel. This is not financial advice. You guys should do your own research, figure out what you want to do. But this was to give you some direction into what is happening in the Shiba Inu ecosystem, and it seems well more than a meme coin. There is actually something interesting happening here, but will it continue to get delayed like this? Then there's no point of investing in it. If they actually come out with something interesting, then this looks like a worthwhile project. Only time will tell. But I hope this clears out, what people wanted to understand about Shiba Inu, and gives you guys some answers on and some direction into what you should do, whether you want to invest in it, whether you should stay away from it. Totally your decision. Do your own research. But I hope this gave you some direction to do that.